Ladies, gentlemen, today we are doing a zombies tier list. If you guys didn't know, I'm kind of like the best zombies player of all time. I've actually held records in zombies for world records for highest round, including Origins and Barry. Now, keep in mind, those records only held for roughly 30 minutes to an hour when the map first came out, and I got to round like 80, but they still count nonetheless. I'm super excited. We're going to be ranking every single map. I have a few categories for them. You say, hey, well, how do we judge these? How do we judge these? Well, there's a few different ways that we can do it. Was the quality of the map? Do they have good pathing? Do they have good zombie spawns? The nostalgia. We have fun on these maps. We have fond memories playing with friends. And finally, the replayability. Can you replay these maps? Let's take a look. Ladies, gentlemen, at our tier list. Where does DE_Dust2 place on this list? Where would DE_Dusk place in this? Probably like in there. Probably where DE_Dust is. You know what I mean? We have to start from the bottom with the original Nacht der Untoten. Now, this is a very good map overall. I mean, it introduced the zombies craze. I still remember vividly finishing the campaign on World at War, and all of a sudden, the credits roll, and then the intro to Nacht der Untoten starts. This happens after you complete the storyline of World at War. An absolute banger. I would say the Nacht der Untoten is a average, nothing special map. Of course, the original Nacht der Untoten does not have all of its special charm. It doesn't have the perks. It doesn't have the real wonder weapons. I mean, it had the ray gun, and it also didn't have any of the storyline aspects. But it's a solid map. The zombie pathing is good. There weren't really that many glitches when it first came out. I mean, people were able to get out of the map in certain spaces, but those were eventually patched. Next up, we have Verruckt. This is the one that introduced us to perks. I would say Verruckt as a whole, a very solid map. They had an invisible MG42 mounted in the center of the map that you could get into. It was really cool. Next up, we have Shino Numa. In this one, they introduced the Wonder Waff, and the Wonder Waff has followed zombies throughout its history. This, an absolute banger. You could go back and play this map so many times. Next. Now, Derice, I'm actually going to put a little bit lower than you might expect. I'm going to say that Derice is a solid map. It introduced us to teleporters, which again is awesome. It's a staple of zombies now, but for those two reasons alone, you can't say it's a banger. The zombie pathing in Derice was so haywire. You could find certain spots on the map where they only came out of one window, so you could sit there and just fire straight, never moving either your mouse or your controller or anything. You just aim down sights, fired, reloaded, your friend would start firing, he'd reload, you'd start firing again. Derice is a solid map. Now we get into Black Ops 1. Those are the original four. Now, Kino der Toten's an interesting map, widely regarded as one of the best maps of all time by the zombies community. They introduced the Nova zombies that would run around. Thunder Gun, which was a new wonder weapon. Amazing. They had the new teleporting system. The Pack-a-Punch was in a place where you had to teleport each time. Introduced a lot of really cool things. And for that reason, people say it's one of the greatest maps of all time. I think that Kino der Toten is a B-tier, average map, nothing special. This is going to be a very controversial tier list. Let me tell you. All of you are just mad that you know I'm right. It's an average map. You just have nostalgia factor. So many of you grew up on Kino der Toten as your first map because Black Ops 1 was the game you started with. Let's take a look at 5. 5 changed up the script, right? 5 had these new characters. You got to play as JFK. You got to play as Fidel Castro. 2 other members of cabinet. Can't remember their name. They weren't important. It added in the mad scientist. It had 3 distinct layers that you couldn't get to without either A, teleporting, or B, taking 2 different elevators. That is unique. For that reason, I'm putting in an average map. Next up, we have Ascension. Ascension was the very first map to have an Easter egg storyline. That is huge. It's gotten to the point where Easter eggs are kind of intended. I'm putting Ascension in a solid map category. I'm actually going to put it in front of Verruckt as well. And Call of the Dead, they went totally radical again. Call of the Dead was an incredible map. And hear me out. George Romero, as a perpetual, always there threat. The new wonder weapon, they had the VR-11. You could turn a zombie into a human and have them run away. But the big addition here was the scavenger. First of all, the sound. Listen to this. Oh, shoot it again, please. Please, don't leave me hanging. Shoot it again. Yes, yes, shoot it again, buddy. Please, one more time. Don't leave me hanging. Okay, it's lagging, but all the sound. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. I'm gonna put Call the Dead in solid map category. Shangri-La is a absolute banger. Arguably the best wonder weapon of all time. I know we talked about the scavenger being that good, but the baby maker was so much fun. I had more fun with that wonder weapon than I think I've had with any other wonder weapon in my life. The extra zombies they added. They had the screamer, the fire zombie, the napalm zombie, and then the Easter egg. The Easter egg itself was insane. Shangri-La was a banger. Moon, another banger. The anti-grav fact that you needed Pez in order to be outside on the moon. Hacker device. You could hack the mystery box, have it spawn there, and then roll for you. You could hack the Pack-a-Punch. You could bring it back to perks and hack the perks. Moon was insane. You literally blew up the earth. I don't know what else to say about that. Let's talk about transit for a second. You can't hate Treyarch for trying something new. The idea was there, right? It was solid. It was an important step towards the future of what zombies would become. The execution on transit needed some tweaking. The idea was there. For that reason, I'm not putting it in trash, but I really would rather not. There are just so many better maps. Nuketown Zombies. I would put it in average map. Nothing special. Die Rise. A map that, honestly, people just cannot stand. But I think it had a lot of really good parts. I thought that the level change, the fact that you could jump from like the top level, that was really, really cool. They had the Squiliquifier, a good idea in transit, the buildable wonder weapon. They took that into Die Rise and they made it good. I'm gonna say that Die Rise was actually an average map. In fact, I'm gonna put it above Nocturne Totem. Mob of the Dead. Just revolutionized zombies and what it could possibly be. And for that reason, it's a banger. Oh, Buried. Buried has a big nostalgia factor for me. And it really is because it's where my channel started to take off on YouTube. But there was actually a lot of really cool additions. Chalk on the Wall. Leroy. A witch's house. And the witches, keep in mind, didn't kill you. They took your points. A new wonder weapon. An infinite ammo weapon that only overheated. Kinda cool. I am gonna give it a solid map category. It's not a banger. Now we get to Origins. Origins is the best map of all time. That's all I need to say about it. Shadows of Evil. Again, not much to say about it. It was a banger of a map. Now, I have Der East right now in average, but nothing special. The Giant was better. I'm going to put it in the solid map category. Der Eisendrache. Now, a lot of people love Der Eisendrache. It was a solid map. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But I'm going to put it in the solid map category again. Zetsubo no Shima. Wow. One of the first boss battles, I believe. It was just a good map. I don't know. Zetsubo was a solid map, but at the end of the day, I can't really think of anything that made it super special. And for that reason alone, I'm putting in an average map, nothing special. Grodd Crovey, solid map. Not much to say about Grodd Crovey. It introduced a lot of new elements, dragons, of course, which was fantastic. It was exciting also in the fact that you had to deal with a tank at the end. So you kind of had a double boss battle. You had the dragon, and then you had to deal with Nikolai and the tank. Evil Nikolai, of course. Revelations. Now, Revelations was a incredibly interesting map. I think that it had some of the best callbacks to old maps. And then, of course, you had to deal with the Apothicans. But the overall map design, while incredible in theory, I think was executed poorly. I think it was a poor execution. And for that reason, I'm actually putting Revelations in really would rather not. It's a good map, but I would rather not play it, to be honest with you. I'd rather, there's better maps. Zombies Chronicles. Now, Zombies Chronicles was great. They introduced all of the original maps, which was super awesome. But at the end of the day, I can't really say too much about it. I didn't really play Chronicles that much. Awesome remakes. What are these? These, I didn't play that. I didn't play Darkest Shore. I don't even know what that is. That was Black Ops 4, So there you have it. If we're talking World at War through Black Ops 3 zombies, this is the official tier list. Yeah, Black Ops 4 had a weird version of zombies. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The official Call of Duty Zombies tier list, from Origins at the absolute pinnacle of zombies creation all the way down to Nuketown Zombies in the trash tier. If you disagree, feel free to discuss. I'm happy to take criticisms, but to be honest, if you disagree, I mean, you're just wrong. So, nothing really else to say about that. You're just wrong. Hello? I don't appreciate the fact that you're here. Oh my word. Oh my god, no. bro. Oh my god. Dude, I don't know how to get out of those situations. Why were there 3 zombies down there?